Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Conscious Chronicles, where I journey beyond the veil, one story at a time. Today, I want to share with you one of the most scientifically compelling near-death experiences ever recorded. It belongs to a woman named Pam Reynolds, whose consciousness continued even while her brain was flatlined. Her story has fascinated scientists, doctors, and spiritual seekers for years. So, settle in, take a deep breath, and let's begin. My name is Pam. In 1991, I was a singer, a mother, and I was dying. A large aneurysm had formed at the base of my brain. The doctors told me it was inoperable. Through normal procedures, it would require something radical. They proposed a surgical technique so dangerous it sounded like science fiction. They would lower my body temperature to just 60 degrees Fahrenheit, stop my heartbeat, drain the blood from my brain, and then perform the surgery. I said yes. The last thing I remember before the procedure was hearing the click-click of the saw they were going to use to open my skull. Then I left my body. I watched from above as the surgeons began to work. I could see the tools they were using. I could hear the nurse say, "Her arteries are too small," and I remember floating peacefully, watching a room full of people unaware that I was no longer in my body. Here's the strange thing. During this procedure, there were no brainwaves. I was in what they call hypothermic cardiac arrest. My eyes were taped shut. My ears were blocked with molded speakers emitting clicking sounds. According to science, I shouldn't have been able to see or hear anything, and yet I did. That's when everything changed. I felt myself pulled upward into a tunnel of light, but it wasn't just light. It was a vibration, a tone, and a feeling of unconditional love so vast I can barely describe it. I saw my grandmother. She looked radiant, whole, younger than I'd ever remembered her. She wasn't alone. Other family members and light beings surrounded her. They weren't speaking with words, but with knowing. They told me, "You can stay, but if you do, your children will suffer." I didn't want to return, but I felt the pain of my loved ones still on earth, and I chose to come back. Have you ever felt that someone you loved was guiding you, watching over you, even after death? Let me know in the comments below. Your stories matter. When I woke up after surgery, the doctors were amazed. Not just that I'd survived, but that I recalled events I shouldn't have been able to perceive. I described specific tools, conversations, and moments they verified. I knew what they were doing to my body, even when, medically speaking, I shouldn't have existed in that moment. My life changed forever after that. I no longer feared death. I understood that consciousness isn't confined to the brain, and that love transcends every boundary we've ever imagined. Pam's experience is one of the most medically documented near-death experiences we have, and whether you believe in spirit, science, or something in between, her story invites us to consider something powerful. What if who we are is so much more than flesh and blood? What if the soul cannot die? If this story moved you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Conscious Chronicles, and share this video with someone who might need to hear it today. Thank you for walking this path with me. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and keep seeking the light.